Now, this is an exclusive like none other. Just about everyone the world over is waiting for this face-off, the battle for the big championship title between reigning world chess champion Ding Liren and candidates winner Gukesh. It's been a tough year, in fact, for Ding, and he's made a sort of comeback at the Norway Chess tournament after a big break. He was very gracious to give us some time here at Firstpost. He opens up about his own difficulties, the criticism he's faced, his impending face-off against Gukesh, what he considers him and what he thinks of India as the chess superpower. He also reveals who his toughest opponent has been. All of that and more. Take a look. All right, it's very rare to speak to a world champion, a reigning world champion, and he hasn't given any interviews. In fact, just before joining in, that's the first thought that comes to all our minds. He's in a bit of the news as well. He's someone who Gukesh is waiting to take on at the end of the year. Joining me all the way from Norway, right in the middle of the Norway Chess tournament, is the reigning world champion, Ding Liren. Ding, thank you so much for speaking to us. It's definitely a privilege. Thanks for speaking to Firstpost.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ding Liren.
Ding, you just mentioned that you don't give interviews, and this is the first time I think you're speaking since the World Champion win. Is it a very conscious decision to stay away from interviews and general chit-chat that you want to refrain yourself from?
No, I agreed to get interviewed in nearly every turn. It's my first interview by the Indian media. I already done 3 before the tournament, and now I have another 2 during the tournament.
Ding, the first question, of course, I want to ask you is, the Norway Chess tournament is underway. It hasn't been a very easy one for you, and it has been a bit of a comeback of sorts after your world champion and when you had to take a bit of a break as well. How's the comeback been for you? How do you feel getting back and about your game at this point?
Well, this tournament I began slowly, but in the middle of the tournament I lost 4 games in a row. This really hurt me. From the day before yesterday, finally I began to score points. I began to draw, and it's a good sign. It shows I can get back to the scoreboard. But yesterday I missed some chance. At least I'm playing much better than several days ago.
Do you feel a change in yourself from the time you won the world champion to this point? Is there a change you feel in the mental makeup or in the way you tackle an opponent or a competition?
I don't know if it will be because of the title. Because everybody wants to beat me now. Yesterday, Fabiano, he chose a very risky opening. He didn't want to beat me with black pieces. So I have to do my best to try to avoid losses in such cases.
There are a lot of these comments that have come, with Magnus Carlsen saying that there's something broken, Nakamura saying he's not what I remember of him or the best that he was. Do you somewhere echo their sentiments? Or, I know you came with a witty response saying you're fixing things, but how do you sort of react when you hear your opponents and people whom you've obviously gotten the better of saying such things?
Actually, I don't want to listen to other people saying. They said I'm not in my best shape. They said I have some mental problems, maybe. But I don't want to follow their instructions.
How tough were the last few months personally for you, Ding? When you did take a break, and sport is hard. Chess is no different from any other sport. The mental toughness that you require to be at the top of any sport is intense. Tell us a bit about what forced you to take a break, and how have you sort of looked within, and how have you worked on yourself to come back out and play the sport again?
I take a long break last year, but considering the results this year, I may have to take another long break to recover from my bad results.
You know, there's something called as the confessions room that we've seen at the Norway Chess tournament. How come you've not given, have you given your hand at it? Have you tried your hand at it, or it's something that you stay away from?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
I was talking about the confessions room. There's a confessions room, and I think Nakamura keeps visiting that as well. Have you ever considered going into the confessional room yourself, Ding?
Maybe in the last 2 games, I will visiting confession room once. I haven't been there before. In Western House, I have been there once and talk my games, my positions.
At this point, obviously, the tournament didn't pan out the way you would have liked it to. What are you telling yourself in terms of how do you look forward? Because do you think at this point you are ready to take on Gukesh when it comes to the big face-off in a couple of months down the line?
There are still a couple months ahead, and there are still many huge, important tournaments before the championship. I think if I can avoid the last place in any of the tournaments, I may even win this one.
And when it comes to chess, just a last question before we let you go. Who's the toughest opponent that you've ever faced so far?
Who is the what?
The toughest opponent you ever faced so far, and why?
The answer is clear. It's Magnus Carlsen. He's a GOAT of chess.
All right. Thank you so much. A first-of-a-kind sports show that's played on a different turf. A first-of-a-kind sports show that will always come up with a winner. Are you looking for perspectives that go beyond the scoreline? Hi, I'm Rupha Ramani, and catch a 360-degree view of the sporting world with me here on Firstpost in our special Firstpost.